Hi guys, got quite a special video today. Just got Wonderlands War Deluxe Edition. As you can maybe see behind me here, I've already got the regular edition, so we're going to be selling that because we were lucky enough to get a deluxe copy. They were very difficult to get online. They only had a few of them left. I'm hoping they do a reprint for other people so that they can get them, because this game is amazing. We absolutely loved the original, and therefore we had to try and get the deluxe one. So there's quite a few packages which are going to be hard to get. There's a cardboard box that came in it. There is this box which I think all the chips go in. Has a cool thing on the back there, which I can't read in the camera because I can't quite see it. It says, "Let the games begin." And then on the back it reads, "I then reached down deep and pulled from the depths of Wonderland a token of war that all knew. No one had seen it since it supposedly left the Jabberwock with fewer heads than he currently has. The Vorpal Blade. It erupted from the ground, calling all forward, but who will make the first move? I cannot wait to find out." So that's what it says at the back. Really cool. I love the artwork on this. It's really nice. A great addition, and I believe that this fits inside the main box once you are done as well. So hopefully we'll open it up and figure out where everything goes. And then the main box itself, which is quite the beast. Apologies for the shaking on the camera. I've just knocked it with the box. As you may be able to see the thickness here, it's quite a thick beast, about nearly as tall as my head, which is a big head. And the box with the same artwork but just deluxe edition written at the top. So again, beautiful. I love the box art on this. It's amazing. This game, people see it and they just go wow, and you can tell it's a Kickstarter because it's so fantastic. So let's get this one to the table and open up. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. We're not far off 200 now, which would be brilliant. And like and leave any comments if you want to ask anything or know any more in specifics about the game. Let me know. Right, let's get this one open. Right, so first off I'm going to film opening up the cardboard box. Quite heavy. This seems to have all of the chips in it. If you don't know this game yet and you haven't played it, it's all about chips and drawing them out of the bags and pulling out the best chips for the game. And there's quite a few here. These pink ones are specific to the pink Cheshire Cat. The yellow ones are called Forge chips, and they help you upgrade your characters. The red ones are for the Queen of Hearts character. Let's get the other characters on if I can. Blue is for Alice in Wonderland. There's two more character sets that should be in here unless they're somewhere else. There's Mad Hatter, and then there's the green set, which is the Jabberwock. Now, we've played as all of them, and I think the Jabberwock is most probably our least favourite because he's a bit complex and he's got poison in it. Can kind of, oh God, knock the camera again. Can kind of mess up your playstyle over what you're trying to do and mess up everyone else's. Then we've got Fear Chips. There's a couple of poison ones in here, which are the Jabberwock kind of ones. And these knock out your people at the stages when you're battling. And they've all got a really nice weight to them, kind of like small poker chips. These green fellas are really cool. If you get these, they normally multiply in the basic rules, but there is different sets of rules as you play. These heart guys, normally you can take like 1 point or double them or do something different with the other sets of rules. These are all the chips that go with the Wonderlandian characters that are in here. You have 2 of each and you can add them to your bag to give you extra strength and powers. They're cool. These pink flamingos normally double the next chip's power. So the level 1 ones are worth 1 and the level 2 are worth 3 points. So they're not very high scorers, but they can double the next chip you pull out. The roses give you victory points normally towards winning the whole game overall, if you can get them in your set. And then if you can forge them with the yellow chip, you give you more points. And then these castles are normally just your absolute powerhouses. So when you just want strength, level 1's worth 3 and level 2's worth 6 in a battle. So these are your strength chips normally. There's a great combination of different types of chips in this game. Absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't played it, highly recommend it. We have quite literally got the base game and had it for a few months. Bought it from the wonderful It's Complicated people, and they've got a great channel and do great reviews and a great bunch of people. And they sold us their copy at UK GE, which was at the start of June. And then we've played it quite a few times and absolutely fell in love. So when I saw this online, I was really lucky to see it. I just happened to be looking at the shop and it popped up in stock, so someone must have cancelled their order or something just as I was looking, and I bought it straight away. So really happy to have this. I will sort the chips and stuff out later, but it's a great looking game and it plays great as well. Oh yeah, okay, so it's hard to open on camera because it won't all fit in. But as you can see, that's the lid. It shows you where all the chips are going to go, who lives where and which ones go where, so that makes it really nice to play, because we normally have these in the trays, these game tamer type of trays. They've got some of my Marvel Champion stuff in at the minute. So these kind of trays normally hold these chips for us, which can be a bit cumbersome, but having this just one box should be really nice for everyone. And then you've got the locations here to put your stuff in. It's a really great game tray. Game trays obviously makes all the best inserts and amazing things, and obviously the art on the front is fantastic too, and it's got a nice metallic clasp. So that is that. Now I'm gonna go on to the actual main box. I'll move some of this stuff out of the way and then go on to that one. Right, so this needs to move back. This needs to move forward. Let's get the chips out of the way. Before I do go on to this, in case you don't know, in the actual base game itself, these chips are cardboard chips, so punch board. If you're going to play the game, which I think we will a lot, then I think the plastic ones are a necessity. I'm hoping they'll start selling them for people who've just got standard version, because you pull these out all the time. Every battle you're pulling out, and you're battling five games per round, 3 rounds. So really, you're putting your hand in that bag over and over again, potentially for 15 battles, and then each battle you're doing it multiple times. So even if, say, you're only doing 3 draws per battle, which is a low estimate, then you're going to pull out 45 different times if you're in every fight. Say in each game you're most probably actually more nearer doing 100. Now, apologies, it's zoomed in so much. Best place I can get the camera in, and the box is so big. So let's try and see if we can zoom this out a bit more. I've got a lot of stuff on the table, but excuse me for that. I'm just really busy, just got back from honeymoon, and content is a bit mad at the minute. I've got loads of stuff to do and tons of things to make, and I've only got a few days off from work, so lots to do, not enough time to do it, loads of people to see and people to give presents to from the honeymoon. And let's get this open. As you can see on the back, the board is beautiful. The castles in this are individual and they look all different for each different character, whereas in the standard set they're all the same. They just look kind of similar to this blue castle-ish, but it's a standardized version. There are no miniatures in the base game, so that's one thing in here which I'm really looking forward to. So these characters here will all have miniatures in here. Not these cards, they're the chips we just showed you, but these Wonderlandian cards, they'll have miniatures like you see there. There's the Queen of Hearts miniature, and their meeples are all different as well, which is something that we haven't had before. The meeples in the base game are just like meeples from Carcassonne or one of those games where the meeples are very standard. But here, as you can see at the bottom there where it says, there's a picture of what the meeples look a little bit like, the different for each character. So let's have an actual look at what they look like. Stop knocking this bloody camera. I'm struggling to take this off without hitting the camera. Ooh, right, we hit the camera. We've wobbled it a lot. Let's move that box out of the way. There's nothing actually inside the box lid I mean. On the top you've got your standard Skybound games they make catalogue. Obviously got some great games, and Tidal Blades being one of them. And then this is, make sure you're up to date with any additional resources. You can latest rule books by scanning here, so we'll definitely do that. So hopefully they'll make some more bits and bobs and another character or two maybe. And then your rule book, which is exactly the same looking as the one in the standard box. Nothing really different about this, other than I'm assuming it'll have a components list showing, I don't know, same stuff. So it's basically exactly the same. Even the player bags here, which are shown as black, which is what you get in the base game, they're actually coloured in this, as you just saw when I moved the rules out the way. So each character gets their own personalised bag in the deluxe edition, which is really nice. They feel really good quality. You can fit your hand in fine. Got a nice drawstring at the top, which is a bit more deluxeified than what you get in the standard game. Queen of Hearts looks cool. The Mad Hatter is one I play quite a lot. He's quite strong. My partner loves the Cheshire Cat. It looks brilliant. The art for that. The Jabberwock, like I said before, a bit of an awkward character to play, but still cool. And then Alice, and she's really good as well. So she plays a little bit differently to most of the characters. She goes backwards around the phase where you're doing your powers. And then, as I said before, you've got the meeples. They're all individualised. So the little teapots for the Mad Hatter. You've got little cats for the Cheshire Cat. Little mini Alice things. You've got a little red card thing for the Queen of Hearts. And you've got your little green Jabberwock ones. And I've just bought some stickers that go on these as well that make them look really cool. Then these are your crystals. Are the same as the standard set. You get one of these for some things you do in the game. They take points off at the end for each one of these you've got, and the white ones count as 5 normally, or 10 if you're running out. And each of your players gets one of these for tracking your battles, and these are all for tracking your stats and your victory points and stuff as well. And then some stands for the standees, I guess. There will be punch board in here as well with the standees in, I guess, as well. So let's take this row of cardboard out, which I think this will be replaced by the chips to fit in the tray. As you can see, there's a lot of pieces here. The first bit is all your castles that go on the locations if you win. The red ones you can see are different to the blue for Alice. And the green ones have got like little kind of cool, look to me like witches' huts or something, with the Jabberwock. And the purple little teapots for the Mad Hatter with the little spoony things around the outside pouring water. And then the mad little cat things for the Cheshire Cat. They are really awesome. You can slide your fingers in up the sides to pick things out. This whole tray comes out, but we're going to just lift off the top lid if we can, which is not happening, so pop it off. Game trays normally click in quite nicely, which this does. So we take off the castles. We've got a lot of miniatures that are standing up, maybe just through the movement of getting it delivered here. As you can see, there's some space here for coins and things and little bits and bobs. It just dropped in, which was nice. These are backwards. You've got all sorts of different Wonderlandians. These are mainly. That's the Queen of Hearts. There's Alice. That's the battle marker. You've got, where's the other main characters? Mad Hatter. This walrus guy's cool. Tokens. You've got the Queen of Hearts there. Jabberwock there. The Jabberwock, Queen of Hearts. Alice, Mad Hatter. And where's the Cheshire Cat? Might be being blind here. I'm surprised the Cheshire Cat's not on the front row. But maybe I'm being weird than it is. Oh yeah, Cheshire Cat's there. Couldn't tell what the figure was. So these are the ones we're most probably going to paint up first. That's the Cheshire Cat with a smile, wide as anything. And then Mad Hatter, Alice, Queen, and the Jabberwock's down here. And yeah, so these are the other models are the Wonderlandians, which are really cool and great additions. And then there's a little tail book with some art, so that's nice. This is all not stacking up very well out of camera. You've got a tail for tea time. Manny Tremblay, who's done the art for this, has done a fantastic job, and you've got some cool little things to read and art, and actually awesome. I don't normally look for these type of things, but I love the art in this game, so I'm going to read it and see what it's all about. I think it's mainly the story of Alice in Wonderland, kind of, so I don't want to spoil it, but first few pages are nice, and the tail I will read through later on, thanking the supporters and stuff. And then there's, I don't know what's in this envelope. I'm assuming this is a spoiler, so look away if you don't want to see it. There's, oh nice, these are art kind of cards with each character on. Madness, the only resource worth losing your head over. Cat. You've got the Thingy, Queen of Hearts, Mad Hatter, and Alice. These are all just art cards with your blank on the back, so if you could frame these, or that was a really nice touch, nice extra. Stop knocking the camera down, you're gonna make everyone sick. Yeah, these are not in the base game, neither is the Tale for Tea Time. These are really nice additions. Then your player board sits here, which is on top of your player boards and cards. I think I've shown this off before in the other video, but I'll show this off now in case you want to see it. It's quite a big board. I don't know how I'm going to get this in camera actually. The camera's position right now is not ideal, but if I can whiz it out a bit and have a look around, you can see that's what the board looks like. It's quite a big board. It is beautiful and it looks great on the table. And the board is exactly the same as the one you get in the standard version, so that's nice. Always looks good. And under here you've got your 5 player boards, which are how you play your extra powers you can get through the game, the strength of your leader, and then over here all the upgrades you can get as you play, and then when your madness chip goes, and your active chips all go along the top as well when you're playing, and then down to this exhausted area at the end. And they're double-sided, so if you're playing a 2-player game, you flip it over and it'll tell you there 2-player on the bottom left, and your powers are a bit different, and some of these are a little bit different as well. You can get up to 7 points per castle on this side, whereas this side I think it's only 6. Yeah, you can get 6 victory points per castle on this side with those upgrades. The game, it's got a lot to it, a lot of pieces, and as you can see underneath there's even more. There's more baggies here for stuff if we need them. There's the dice which you roll sometimes in the game to give you madness when you go in the tea party phase. First off you do tea party cards each round. There's round 1, 2 and 3 I think. There's red's 3. The round 1 the cards are slightly weaker, round 2 they get better, round 3 they're even better, and some of them are ridiculously powerful. You pick these up first, try and build your character up. Then once you've done that you go into the main phase where you play across the battling boards in the 5 areas. Sometimes you can pick up quests from these things, and then there's all different bigger cards for player aids. There's actually 4 sets of different rules you can play with the chips. As you can see, A here does this set of things for the chips. There's a B on the other side which you can't see, and there's a C and a D on the other side of these. So there's actually 4 different ways of playing the chip sets, and you can mix and match if you want once you get more experienced. And then these cards are just quest cards, and then you've got betting cards as well. You can bet on the outcome of fights that you're not actually in. So that is pretty much everything in the deluxe game. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of things that need organising, a lot of things that need looking at. I'm wondering if they have actually provided the punch board for regular. Oh, there's a player aid for the war and the other stuff, and then there is punch board underneath with actually all the tokens and things, because you need some of these things for other parts of the game. I don't want to put that on the side there to fall off. So you need these 100-point markers or 50-point markers if you get past the 100 on the score. It's not 50, it's just 100. Oh, it is actually, the other side does say 50. But the board, I thought only went to 100, but it must only go to 50. Then when you get past 50, you need one of these to track your stuff. Each character also gets one of these shields. I don't know what that token's for, so there's no card. These are the point scorers that go on each level. There's 6 altogether in 5 different areas, so each game you have 5 out of the 6. And then you've got all the punch board tokens, like I said, in the base game. These are covered with the plastic that you don't need. So I don't need to punch all these really. These almost really stay underneath forever, and then you've got some other kind of things. And you've got your Wonderlandian heroes that we've got models for now, so I don't need to punch these really either. That's everything in the base of this game, which is a lot of stuff, as I'm sure you've just seen. If you want to see more or hear more about it, please let me know in the comments. I'll shoot some more stuff, or look at the miniatures in more detail, or even the cards or whatever you fancy. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.